Josh Green here for Tungsten Tales. Delighted to be joined today by Mr. Brendan Dolan ahead of the Players' Championship finals. Brendan, how are you doing today?
Not so bad, Josh. Keeping the bright side out.
Good stuff, Brendan. Look, entering the back end of the year now, two big tournaments left down in Minehead this week and then on to Ali Pali. It's the time to make things pay, isn't it?
It definitely is. Like I've had a very poor year so far. I could make it into a great year with two good tournaments, and that's all it will take to turn it all around. But definitely need to improve.
Is that how you view it, even though it's been a poor year by your standards, if it is to be a good two tournaments that would sort of make up for what 11 months of maybe
Well,
slightly below par?
like if you end up in a final of a Players' Championship or a final of the Worlds, like final of the Worlds, like would really, it'd cover in all the holes of the year so far, and it would make up for me. I know I haven't played the way I want to play and play to my full potential, but I also have been tinkering around, changing a few things, new setup in the darts and that. But I know I was struggling with the mental side of the game, the approach mentally, rather than having any mental issues as such. But it's just how I mentally approach games and legs, and I was finding myself mentally weak,
Hmm.
and so it's a matter of building that up and putting a few things right. So I've been tinkering with a few things, and trying to make myself more comfortable and more at ease at the hockey. And I had problems with my throw. I'd lost it for a while, so I didn't know what I was doing there for a month or so. So I've got back to knowing what I'm doing, and slowly getting better.
Why do you think you've had those struggles at this point in your career? Because you've been a consistent performer for sort of 10, 15 years, playing at a really, really high level. And it is strange that it has come at this point.
I've engaged my brain, thinking too much. And then you overthink things. And like I was trying to, once I was changing my darts, I got shoes, from Triple 20,
Mm.
to guarantee I'd be in the same position at the hockey all the time. And, I do get a sense of confidence from that I know I don't have to worry about my feet, if they're slightly off or that, which makes, the slight positional difference does make a difference in your throw and that there. So for everything that helped, but for me, I thought about my throw and then I realized I throw darts in different ways, and I didn't really realize that I did. And it's like my subconscious mind changes it with the view. But when I went to the pro tour trying to break it down and decided I'd throw one way all the time, I had the three worst games in a row I've ever had. And the lads around the table will tell me, yeah, but you've always thrown a couple different ways. You just do. And it's none of them's bad as such. One is more fluent and smoother, and one just stops and then throws. And I think it's to do with the visual, whether it's open target, it might be the fluent one, whereas the one I stop, I try and judge to get over the dart. And I thought too much about it, and then I decided, right, that's it. I'm not breaking down my throw no more, and just decided to forget about it. And things started to improve again. So I also, had an injury last year, and it lasted for a good six months of the year. And I knew I had to make up for that time at the start of this year. So I pressurized myself too much. And again, I used my brain. Thought about it, overthought about it too much. And, trying to think about trying to make the match play in the Grand Prix and that there. And I needed to win straight away. And in hindsight, you look back, I didn't need to win straight away. I just needed to do better than I did. And I mightn't have been that far away at the end. And I just pressurized myself all year. And so I just do stupid things.
But I guess knowing all of that now and being able to look back at everything that's happened over the last few months, you'll be able to use that in a positive way to go into these two tournaments and into another busy 2026.
Oh, definitely. Like for me, it's about letting things go and playing in the moment. And you know, working with a sports psychologist the last month or 6 weeks, and I suppose that's what I've probably noticed more, uh, or the benefit of what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's like it's just the three darts that you're throwing at the minute that you can alter or you can change or you can do anything about. You can't do what's anything about what's already gone. And so for me, it's probably, forget about it. Just play darts. Just do the best you can in the moment. And, don't be overthinking about things of what it's going to qualify you for or what it's going to get you to or how's it going to look to everybody else or you're going to get another win or something like that there. Just think about throwing darts, break it down to the most simplest game that it is, and it's just a matter of throwing a tungsten at a board.
Had you ever spoken to a sports psychologist before then?
No.
No. Was
No.
that a bit weird for you then?
No, I wouldn't use them because I never thought they knew enough about darts
Mm.
to help a dart player. That they'd be able to help you how to play in a football team or a Gaelic team or all these others. But I didn't think they knew enough about darts. But as I kind of realize, it's general and it's about the winning factor, wanting to win, how to control your emotions, or how using triggers and using positive mental attitude and things like that. There's basically all sports people use the same. So I've probably changed my opinion, um, realizing that they can help.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Uh, Players' Championship coming up. An old friend in your way in the first round in Daryl Gurney. I'm sure you're looking forward to a battle on the hockey with him.
Definitely looking forward to it. Dar's a class player, like, and has been for a long time. And like any of us, he's had a few dips, and I think generally speaking, he came back really strong. And him and Josh winning the World Cup was absolutely tremendous. And is you just knew the passion in the two of them, and it was great to see. And possibly Daryl is maybe not quite as good as he was leading into that tournament, but I still think he can turn it on at any moment, and they will be a massive danger.
How was it for you watching Northern Ireland win the World Cup with Daryl and Josh? Because you'd been a part of that team for many, many years, and I imagine it was great seeing them win and Northern Ireland as a country have its moment in the spotlight in the World Cup. But look, any other year, and that could have been you, Brendan.
Yeah, but I had already decided I was finished.
Mm.
So I had no problems. Like after the last World Cup, after the match play, after the last World Cup that I played in, I had decided then that I was never myself around that couple of months because I pressurized myself too much and it affected other tournaments and that there. So I decided, I had tried for so long from the word go. I had tried, to win it, and um, it never happened, and I felt that I was never playing to my full potential in it because I was trying too hard. So I had decided, I had failed, and I had decided that that was my last time. So um, even now, like if I won the world championships there, and I was obviously top of the pecking order, to get into the team, I would not be playing.
Really, you wouldn't play the World Cup even if you were.
No, no, I'm finished with it. Me personally, I try too hard, and the build up to it, maybe the tournaments before it, not there. I end up, not playing well because I'm thinking about it and trying so hard to be at the peak of my ability, and then it just flops. It just
Mm.
flops. So it just it was one thing I was trying too hard to do, whereas everything else in darts is for me, and I don't care. I just play darts.
That's fair enough. I mean, and in Josh Rock, you've got a young star that's producing some amazing stuff at the moment. You'd like to think Josh will achieve his potential and go on and win many majors in the future.
He's got time on his side, and he's got so much drive and enthusiasm that I can only see him winning. Wouldn't like to say what he'll win, but he'll definitely win TV titles.
Mm.
Um, and he'll definitely be top top eight player for years to come. You
Yeah.
know, I do believe he once he gets there, he'll stay there. He seems a driven young man, and he obviously wants to be the best. And he does realize that the quality around him
Mm.
is so good. It's not that he blanks everybody else's quality and says, I am the best or anything like that. He's not like that. He realizes how good everybody else is, and he just wants to be better. And, for somebody like that there that just always wants to be better, will actually improve. And he will, you know, Phil Taylor always said he was learning, like, and he had won so much, like, but he always thought he was learning every day he went out. So, for that reason, like, if somebody like that needs to learn, well, then I think the rest of us still need to learn.
How long have you known Josh?
Josh, basically, just since he came on the circuit,
Wow. Mm.
yeah, I didn't know him beforehand. I had never met him, like, but I had never been around any tournaments in Ireland before that because I only play on the circuit. I don't play at home, so so I'm not going to meet anybody.
Yeah, that's fair. I think a lot of people, he sort of came a little bit out of nowhere because he hadn't done any JDC tour. He hadn't done much in terms of the development tour either. He'd sort of had that bit of a hot spell 6 months before he went to Q school, and he just continued off the back of that and never really looked back, has he?
No, he has, and it's like he's got on a roll. He's got his tour card, and he seemed to start to play well, but he didn't get results at the start of at the start of the tour. I think he might have went three months or whatever with not really getting good enough results for himself or what he would have felt. And then next thing, he just started to get the wins. And then the tail end of the first year, he started to really motor. And then from then on, like he was good. People would say he had a lean year, but I don't think he had. I think he just ran into things and he was a bit unlucky. But he has stepped it up even more now. His scoring power since the start of the year, since them new darts that he's got, he seems to be pinning a lot more 180s. Like, and that does help. Like, there's no getting away from it. But I also think he was just a tops man, and now he's a tops man and double 16. So he's spreading he's spreading his talents around the board, and that makes the game a bit easier when you can be good at a couple of areas. It's definitely improves your chances of winning.
Brilliant, Brandon. Really appreciate the time today, and yeah, best of luck in Minehead, and we'll see you. I won't be in Minehead, unfortunately, or fortunately, but I'll see you
Oh.
at the Worlds.
All right, Josh, all the best. Thanks a million.